back to Atlanta. Take a look at Gail Devers, and you can't help but think back to that image in Barcelona, having already won 1 gold medal, on her way to a second in the hurdles when she fell over the last hurdle, scrambling across the finish line in 5th.
And yesterday when she was running, she did something very similar, but was able to regroup very quickly and was able to go on and make the final. And then, ironically enough, after you take a look at today's men's hurdle race, Jack Pierce did the exact same thing that Gail Devers did at the Olympic Games. He clipped that first hurdle, in fact, and I swear, I wonder if Gail was in the back watching that race and she saw that happen. She wants to put it out of her mind as much as possible, but it seems like everywhere she looks, it's creeping up more and more. What she has to do is work on focusing on her lane and keeping her speed under control. That's her big problem. Another big problem could be Lynda Tolbert Good. She is running very well. This year, she took off quite a bit of time. She had a foot injury and then had a virus. And, you know, she really needed a good race coming in here for her confidence. She got one immediately.
In lane 1, Tonya Lawson, former All-American at Alabama. Lane 2 is Gail Devers, second in the 100 last weekend, so she's made the team in that event. Hasn't lost a hurdles final since Lynda Good beat her in the U.S. Championships in '93. Lane 3, Dawn Bowles, hoping for a better finish than she had at the '92 trials. She hit the first hurdle there and stopped at the second. In lane 4, Kim Carson just finished her senior year at LSU by winning the NCAA championship. In lane 5 is Lynda Tolbert Good, winner in all 3 of her prelims. Just missed a medal in Barcelona when she was 4th. Lane 6 is Cheryl Dickey, the former Texas Southern All-American, who made it to the '92 trials final but was unable to finish. In lane 7, Melissa Morrison, '93 graduate of Appalachian State, ranked 10th in the U.S. last year. And in lane 8, Angelyn Stanley Bootay, like Carson and Bowles, a champion at LSU, competing in her 3rd Olympic trials. This is the first time she's made the final.
On your mark.
And you mentioned Lynda Tolbert Good, who was the last woman ever to beat Gail Devers in the hurdles back at the '93 U.S. Championships. Dawn Bowles is a woman who believes she can beat Gail Devers and will line up right alongside her. She thinks she's ready to run in the 12.5, 12.6 range. That could well take this Olympic trials final.
First hurdle safely and in front. Devers has the lead. Tonya Lawson is there with her. Here comes Lynda Good. And as they come toward the last hurdle, Devers, Lynda Good, and Cheryl Dickey. 1, 2, 3.
Well, again, Gail Devers having trouble with that speed. And when I say trouble, I'm kind of tongue-in-cheek right there, because you always want a lot of speed. But for Gail Devers, at many times, it is her biggest disaster, because what happens is she gets pushed so close to the hurdles, there's almost nothing she can do but practically stop and long jump over the top of the hurdles. Gail got an excellent start. She was out very well. And, of course, she was over in lane 2. So at some points you can think, gosh, she's out of the race in a situation. But then on the other hand, being in lane 2, perhaps for her, was a good situation. She was well on the outside of the lane. She's second in lane 2 in the red. And she can stay over there and really focus on what she wants to do. Lynda Tolbert got out of the blocks very well also, but Gail Devers is moving very well here.
I give her a lot of credit, because I think she did run a very aggressive race. She could have run a safe race just to qualify for the team, but I saw no holding back on the part of Gail Devers, and her unofficial winning time of 12.60 clearly puts her in line for an excellent chance of winning the Olympics.
That's, in fact, the fastest time in the U.S. this year.
Well, see, watch Gail go over the hurdles. See, she's getting a little bit high right here, and that is because she is getting too close to the hurdles, and she has to slow down. I know each time she gets there, she thinks, I have to slow down. I have to make it over this hurdle, or I could fall and end up in disaster.
Here it is at full speed.
See, Gail Devers starting in lane 2.
So Gail Devers hoping to erase memories of '92 when she was on her way to her 2nd gold medal before falling in Barcelona, and looking good, winning the U.S. trials hurdle final. And And the official results, Gail Devers, 12.62. Lynda Tolbert good, and Cheryl Dickey, the qualifiers. They'll make the U.S. 100-meter hurdle team later this summer here in Atlanta. Final day of the U.S. track and field trial will return to Atlanta's Olympic Stadium in just a moment.